Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Alpha Technoholics. Today in this video I'm going to discuss about indexing of list in Python. So what is indexing of list in Python? Suppose we have a list of 5 elements, that is the list name is fruits and it contains 5 elements, that is mango, apple, orange, banana and grapes. So let's just declare this list. And also I'm going to print it as well. So as you can see that it has 5 elements: mango, apple, orange, banana, grapes. Now coming to explanation, as we already know that indexing starts from 0 in list. So indexing for element will be like for mango it will be 0, apple 1 and respectively. So for accessing element by index we just need to write the index number. Suppose if we want to access the element mango, we need to give the list name and the index number of the element. So if I want to access mango, then I will just write fruits. In this bracket I will just write 0. So it will return the mango element. So let's just look at our example. So problem statement states that access third element from the list and print the element. So third element is orange and the index number for it is 2. So I will just write fruits, that is the list name and the uh, index number. So this is how I'm going to access the third element. Yeah, it is giving us as orange. Now moving on with the new topic, that is slicing. Slicing, as I have already explained in my previous video, that slicing is done by indexing list element. It has 3 parameters. One is start index, that is the starting position or index from where we want to start or start slicing our list, and stop index end position where we want to stop the slicing. We need to give the stop index as index plus 1, as stop index stops one index before the index we want to stop our slicing. So it may be little confusing for you, so I will make it little simpler for you. In layman's term, always give the stop index. Suppose if you want to slice from third element to the fifth element, so index will be 2 and 4 respectively, but while slicing the stop index should be not 4 but 5, because it's the stop index always stops one index before the given index. So in short, we need to provide the length up to which we want to slice the list. So this is how the syntax looks like: list name and then the parenthesis and then start, end and the step. So what is a step? Steps is nothing, just like if we want to access elements like one iteration, then we use this steps. So basically what will be done with steps is, suppose I want to access element from the first index to the fourth index and I have given the steps value as 2, then it will go from first index to the third index and it will not reach the second index and the fourth index, because the step value was given as 1. If the as 2, if the step value was given as 1, then it will go from apple to orange, then to banana and then to grapes. But since it was given as 2, so it will skip one step and it will directly go to the banana, as the step provided was 2. Now, so what is the problem statement? Get elements from second to the fourth position. So it is quite simple. Second to the fourth position means second element and fourth element. So index will be, for second element index will be 1 and for fourth element index will be 3, and but we need to provide always one index more than the given index. So I will just write this print fruits 1 comma 4. Let's just print it. Yeah, Similar kind of problem is this one, but here we want to skip the third element and we just want to access the second and fourth position. So the problem is similar and the solution is similar as well, but only thing which we need to implement is step, because we don't want the third element, so directly it will go from second element to fourth element. Okay, so the solution will be same and just we need to provide the steps. Output should be apple and banana. Yeah. And what is negative indexing? Python also supports negative indexing. What is going to happen with negative indexing is that we are going to access the last element by using the negative indexing, and the element indexing will start from -1. So let's just look what is happening over here. Suppose I have a list of fruits which contains 5 elements, and the negative indexing for elements will be starting from the last element as -1. So as I said earlier, it will start from the last element and it will be -1, -2 and respectively. So the problem statement is access last element from the list and print the element. For the last element, index will be -1. So we just need to access the last element, that is we need to give -1 and it will print. Yeah. And the next problem statement is access second last element. So second last element, for second last element index will be -2. We are just going to print that. So what is the advantages of negative indexing? That is the use case for it. It is very helpful to get the last element from the list if the length of list is very big. Suppose if a list is very big, some around, it contains around 10,000 data or bigger than that, then it is not advisable to iterate over the list or use some function on that list. It will take much more time. So to just to access the last element of the list, we will just write this code -1 and it will access. Or even if we are not sure about the length of the list, we don't know what could be the length of the list, and this list is coming from outside, so we can, and to access the last element we can just keep the -1 and it will be accessed. It saves times and lines of codes as well. Suppose there is one way for accessing the last element of the list is, first we will get the length of the list. So in my case the length of list is, as you can see, 1 2 3 4 5 elements are there, so the length will be 5, and I need to access the last element, so the fifth element will be accessed by the index which is 1 less than the element size itself, so the index will be 4, so that is why -1 means the last element will be the fifth element. So to access the fifth element, the index should be provided as 4, so that is why L-1 equal to 4. So I'll just copy this code and execute it just to check whether I'm getting grapes or not. Yes, I'm getting grapes. So another way to access last element with the negative indexing is this. Just we need to write print fruits and -1 in the brackets. So this is comparatively much easier and one line of code as compared to 2 lines of code. So this is how we do negative indexing, and this is the use case of negative indexing. Now moving forward, I will talk about index function in Python. So this index function comes in very handy. Like suppose if we know the element but we don't know the index position of that, so it is very helpful. Like if there is a list, I will show you one list, and we are not aware of the index position of this list of all the elements. Like we just know that there is a list called fruits. We just know this. There is a list called fruits, but we don't know any information since we haven't declared it. Someone else has declared this fruits list. but we know that some common fruits like apple, mango should be present in this list. So that is where this index function comes in handy, and it returns the index of the specified element in the list. So if we already know that mango, apple is present in the fruits list, we just need to call this index function fruits.index, and we'll just pass the element to get the position of it. Like for my case, I just giving apple, so it will just return the index position of the apple. Now coming back to my Jupyter notebook, so index method returns the index of the specified element in the list. As I said earlier, it will return the index of the specified element in the list. Now what is the syntax? We just need to give the list name and then use dot operator and then call the index function and provide the element name. For in my case it was fruits, then index function, the element name was apple, and start and end is optional. Like start and ends comes in handy for example, like if we have a sorted list is equal to 1 to 5. I'm just giving a scenario. It might not be the case. I'm just giving you the scenario. And if we are searching for suppose fourth, okay, and we are not sure that what is the index number for 4. It may or may not be present for it may or may not be present in this list, and we will be like, if the list is sorted and we already know it beforehand, then what is the point in searching at these three index? So just we can mention the start index as 3, and we can just similarly in the end case also, if we are sure that if I am searching any element less than 3, then we will just mention the end position that we need to stop the search at this index, that is the second index. I'm just giving a scenario with an example. Okay, so coming to the parameters, element to be searched, start is optional as I said earlier, end is also optional. Start searching from this index and search the element up to this index. Example, let me show you just one example. Suppose if I want to search for this orange, I will just call the index function on the fruit list and I will give the element as orange, and it will return the index number of it. Similarly for the grapes, if I want to search for the grapes, and then I will call the index function on fruit list and I will pass the element as grape, which will return the index, and I will just print the index of the grape. So what should be the output? The index of the orange is third element, that is, so index will be 2, and for grapes fifth element index will be 4. Let's just print it and see. Slice function is quite similar to whatever we did in slicing of list in Python. It is very similar to that. So slice function returns slice object from list or tuples. It can be used on tuples as well. So we'll come to tuples in our next few tutorials. So for now we'll just look into how it is working in list. So slice, the parameters are start, stop and step. Similar to the list slicing of list, the function is also same. So here we need to give the start index number specifying at which positions to start the slicing. The default is 0. Stop index number plus 1, or length specifying at which the position to end the slicing, similar to the slicing of list. Okay, by using the index number, and step is specifying the step of slicing, default is 1. Here also we can specify the steps as 1, 2, like that. So in this example we are going to create a list and slice object. Start the slice object at position 3. Position 3 means index 3. Let me not just confuse you, index 3. And n slice to position 5. Index. So I have a list of 5 elements. So if I just keep 3 5, so 0 1 2 3 and 4, but always we need to give 4 plus 1. So these two elements will be printed as per my code written over here. So let's just see it. Yeah. So thank you. So that is all about indexing of list. Thank you everyone for watching my video, and please subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends if you like my video. Thank you.